Chapter 17. When Paul and his companions had passed through Amphipolis and Apollonia, they came to Thessalonica, where there was a Jewish synagogue. As was his custom, Paul went into the synagogue, and on 3 Sabbath days he reasoned with them from the scriptures, explaining and proving to them that the Messiah to suffer first and rise from the dead. This Jesus I proclaim to you is a Messiah, he said. Some of the Jews were persuaded and joined Paul and Silas, as did a large number of God-fearing Greeks and quite a few prominent women. The other Jews were jealous. They rounded up some bad characters from the marketplace, from the mob, and started a riot in the city. They rushed to chase themselves in search for Paul and Silas in order to bring them out of the crowd. But when they did not find them, they dragged Jason and some other believers before the city officials, shouting, "These men have caused trouble all over the world and now come to cause trouble here. Jason has welcomed them into his house. They were all defying Caesar's decree, and that saying that there is another king, one called Jesus." When they heard this, the crowd and the city officials were thrown into turmoil. They made Jason and the other postpone and let them go. As it was night, the believers in Paul and Silas went away to Berea. On arriving there, they went to the Jewish synagogue. Now the Berean Jews were of more noble character than those in Thessalonica, for they received the message with great eagerness and examined the scriptures every day to see what Paul said was true. As a result, many of them believed, as did also a number of prominent Greek women and many Greek men. But then, about when the Jews in Thessalonica learned that Paul was preaching the word of God in Berea, so they went there too, agitating the crowd and stirring them. The believers immediately sent Paul to the coast, but Silas and Timothy stayed at Berea. Those who escorted Paul brought him to Athens and left with instructions for Silas and Timothy to join them as soon as possible. While Paul was waiting for them in Athens, he was greatly distressed to see that the city was full of idols. So using with the synagogues with both Jews and God-fearing Greeks, as well as the marketplace, day by day with those who happened there. A group of Epicurean and Stoic philosophers began to debate with them. Some of them asked, "Why is this babbler trying to say?" Others remarked, "He seems to be advocating foreign gods." They said that because Paul was preaching the good news about Jesus and the resurrection, then they took him and brought him to the meeting place of Areopagus, where they said to him, "May we know what this new teaching is about that you're presenting? You are bringing some strange ideas to our ears, and we would like to know what that means." All the Athenians and the foreigners who lived there spent their time during that thing talking about the listening of the latest idea. Paul then stood up in the meeting of Areopagus and said, "People of Athens, I see that in every way you're very religious, for as I walked around and looked carefully at your object of worship, I found an altar with this inscription, to an unknown God. So you are ignorant of the very thing you worship, and this is what I am going to proclaim to you. The God who made the world and everything in it, the Lord of heaven and earth, and does not live in temples built by human hands, and he is not served by human hands, as if he needs anything. Rather, he himself gives everyone life and breath and everything else. From one man he made all the nations. They should inhabit the whole earth, and the marked out the appointed time in history and the boundaries of their land. God did this so that they would seek him and perhaps reach for him and find him, though he is not far from any one of us. For in him we live and move and have our beings." And some of you said, "We are his offspring, therefore since we are God's offspring, we should not think that the divine being is like gold or silver or stone or image made by human design." The past God overlooked such ignorance, but now he commended all people everywhere to repent, for he has set a day when he will judge the world with justice. By the men he has appointed, he has given proof for this to everyone by raising him from the dead. When they heard this about the resurrection of the some of them sneered, but others said, We hope to hear you again on this subject. At that, Paul left the council. Some of the people came to follow Paul, and among them was Dionysius, a member of the Areopagus, also named a woman named Damaris, and a number of others. Amen.